Today's show is brought to you by Martinez Drywall. Around here, you don't gamble on who's going to finish your project. You go with a proven team. Martinez Drywall has built their reputation on reliability, craftsmanship, and a promise that they'll always make it right for the customer. From remodels to new constructions, they've got you covered. Martinez Drywall, where the house always wins, and so do you.
And odds, that's our deal. From underdogs to favorites, we break it down. Empty Field Podcast, the talk of the town. Empty Field, where we lay it all out. Breaking down games, removing all doubt. Interviews with stars, we bring in the heat. Sports news and odds, talk that can't be beat.
Welcome to another episode of the Empty Field Podcast. My name is Mathew Hansen. Today I have a fighter out of South Carolina. It is Tayler Kleemoff. Taylor, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. First off, tell us about yourself.
I guess a little bit about me. I started wrestling in high school. After high school, I went into college for wrestling, where I was a captain on my team. After college, I went into law enforcement. I did that for about 5 years. I just resigned last April before I went pro, and now I'm pursuing fighting for fun.
Okay, well, I'm going to dig into the side career first. What made you go into law enforcement?
It was just something that I always wanted to do. Like, growing up, I was like, that's for sure what I want to do. So I went to college for criminal justice. Lucky, like I said, I was able to wrestle. And it kind of felt like more of my purpose was towards the wrestling and the martial arts side of it, as far as the law enforcement side. I did really enjoy my time there. It just, you only have one life, and I want to pursue this while I'm young enough to do that. Law enforcement will always be there.
Oh, yeah, yep. I did see on your Instagram bio that you are a 3-time international medalist. Can you explain that?
That's correct. So the first time I competed overseas was in Saudi Arabia for the World Combat Games, which is the second largest event to the Olympics that the Olympic Committee puts on. So I competed in a sport known as pancration, which was under USA Wrestling over there. Super cool experience. It had a couple of pro fighters and I guess some amateur fighters, but I ended up with a bronze medal over there. Super cool trip. Never thought I'd end up in Saudi Arabia. Probably the coolest country I've been to. Other than that, I went to Indonesia and Argentina for Gamma, which is basically just an amateur contest, tournament style base, where I medaled in both of those.
Cool. At what point did you stop and think like, okay, when did that switch happen where it's like, I'm just trying this MMA out to like, you know what, I do belong here?
I'm going to be honest, I never really thought that I would actually do MMA. I took probably about a 2-year break when I went to the academy and stuff. I didn't do wrestling, I didn't do jiu-jitsu. I ended up losing my dad, and I was like, I got to get back into something to help with my mental health. So I ended up joining jiu-jitsu and just going to some MMA practices, and I just kind of loved it from there. And I was like, I could probably do a fight, and I just ended up being pretty good at it, so I just stuck with it.
Perfect. So me personally, I have not seen your fights probably before, maybe a week ago. For someone new watching your fights, what would you tell them?
That's a good question. Probably that there's more than that meets the eye. I like fighting, but I love the entertainment aspect of fighting. I think that's what's kind of different from me from a little bit of other fighters is I don't just want to be a fighter and go out here and fight. I want to be an entertainer. I want, I guess, to be the center of attention in the way. That's what I enjoy about fighting.
Perfect. When you get an opponent's schedule, do you watch, like, do 80% film and then 20% just like technique leading up to it, or how do you separate that?
I don't watch too much film. Honestly, it's kind of hard to find, especially in the amateurs. In my first pro fight, there wasn't too much on her. I just stick to my game plan and I do what I'm going to do. And if I'm good enough at my game plan, I don't care if you know what it is, you're not going to be able to stop it.
Yeah. Let's have some self-reflection here. What's the biggest hole in your game currently that you're aware of?
If I'm being honest with myself, it's probably my cardio, and it's always been that from when I was wrestling to now. I would say with the 5-minute rounds, it's probably a little bit easier because the pace slows down a little bit versus the 3-minute rounds, but it's always been my cardio.
Okay. What are you doing to change that?
So distant runs 3 times a week and then sprints twice a week. That's the goal. Sometimes, it happens. Sometimes, it doesn't. But that's probably where my priority should stay, is just getting my body in the shape. I know that I have the skill sets in my striking and in my wrestling that I need. It's just making sure my body's conditioned when it comes time to fight.
Yeah. When you're in the cage and the fight isn't going quite your way, what do you do to change that?
I think it's all mental at that point. It's a lot to do with my corners, what my corner's telling me, trusting them with the changes that I need to make. Because a lot of times when you're in a fight, it's kind of hard to see those adjustments. You're not outside the cage. So you got to kind of be calm and just really trust your team and really be able to change your game plan if it's not working, which is something that a lot of fighters struggle with. I think when they go to their corners, they're trying to catch their breath. They're trying to get all their thoughts and ideas. And it's just, you have to calm down and you have to listen. Trust your team.
Yeah. For those watching on YouTube and everything, you'll see she's in the gym right now. So I'm gonna have to ask you, who in the gym pushes you the hardest?
Definitely my girlfriend. If you've watched our fight, which I'm sure a lot of people, when they hear our story, they go and watch that fight. And we definitely push each other in the gym just about as hard as we pushed each other in that fight. We want to see each other succeed, just as much as we want to succeed ourselves.
So your fight with Skylar, first talk us through that fight, and then secondly, were you guys together before the fight, during the fight? What was going on there?
No, we actually didn't meet until the face-offs. But I remember when I got the photo to fight her, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat this girl." I'm talking to all my cop buddies, kind of talking up. I was like, "She's got face tattoos. I'm not gonna lose to somebody like that." But definitely a little bit intimidated when I saw her, for sure. She's a little bit taller than me. Yeah, somebody has a scythe face tattoo. It's kind of like, oh, that girl's probably gonna hit me hard. But we always kind of joke there's a little bit of cops and robbers if you looked at us.
Stop. Before we continue this episode here, are you staying hydrated? No. Have you tried Hydrofy? Man, it's not just flavored water. It's clean hydration with electrolytes that actually work. No sugar crash, no junk ingredients. Pretty simple. Hydrofy keeps you sharp and fueled for the day. I use it because, man, it's simple, effective, and it just tastes real good. Hydrate smarter, hydrate better. That's Hydrofy. Use promo code MTF to get 10% off your order. Just say, hey, Matt from the Empty Field podcast sent you. That fight went to a decision, and before we got on air, you said that the judges robbed you. Can you explain?
Yeah, I tell this to Skylar all the time, and she says that they were the hometown judges and that the hometown judges would have picked me. But I just a little banter back and forth. That was my first loss. Upset that I lost, of course. What actually ended up being one of the best things that happened to me was that fight. But if you ask me, I think I should have won the decision. But I won't hide it to her. She hit me hard. I definitely got a little beat up in that fight.
It's like looking at it, you lost the fight, but it looks like you just won in life.
Yeah, that's true. My life has improved so much more after that. So probably the best loss I'll ever take.
Perfect. What part of camp do you hate the most?
The dieting. I feel like that's every fighter's answer. I feel like it has to be. I hate dieting. I've been, like I said, wrestling since 2016, 2015, and I've been having to diet for 10 plus years now. Sometimes I just want to go and enjoy some food.
So, talking about enjoying food, what is your guilty pleasure? What is is it a greasy cheeseburger after the fight, or is it some ice cream?
It's for sure dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Dino nuggets. Dino nuggets.
Like a whole bag.
Okay, I did not expect that answer. Well, I'm going to follow that up. Are we doing barbecue sauce?
Honey mustard, and I make all of my honey mustard homemade with mayonnaise, mustard, and honey. There's a little combo I like to do.
All right, I did not expect Dino Nuggies to be said. All right, as you're in this fighting career, what are you chasing the most? Are you chasing the belts, the wins, or the paydays?
I'm chasing the experience, man. I just want to live life to its fullest, and so far fighting's taken me so many places that I would have never been without it. The people that I've met and just the opportunities it's gave me, that's what I'm chasing. Not really any, I guess, goal specifically in fighting, which I know you talk to a lot of people, and they're like, I want to be in the UFC. I want to be the PFL. I want to be the next Amanda Nunes. No, I want to be the next Tayler Kleemoff, and I just want to enjoy my life while I have it. And right now I love fighting, and I love helping people fight. And I'm still pretty good at it, so I just want to continue that as long as it goes.
Oh, yeah. If you could fight anybody, who would you fight?
Kayla Harrison.
Everyone's saying Kayla Harrison. I think that's
I
the
have to
third
say
one I've
Kayla
got.
Harrison
So
because Skylar said that she looked up to her, so that's my rival now.
okay. Calling her
But
out, calling her out.
if we're talking about more realistic, I used to wrestle at the same time that a girl named Forrest wrestled, and she, I think, turned pro a couple of years ago. I don't know if she had very many amateur fights, but if there's somebody that I've always just wanted to wrestle, it's her. If you don't know who she is, you could look her up.
Oh, I will definitely be looking her up. How has MMA changed your life outside of the cage?
Oh, kind of like I said, I ended up leaving law enforcement. I moved to Myrtle Beach. I was previously in Columbia. So I kind of uprooted my entire life just based on meeting Skylar, coming here, training, taking over coaching. So it completely changed kind of the course of my life.
How is Myrtle Beach?
Dude, I actually love it here. It's so much less depressing than Columbia. I would say the gyms are a little bit different. I really liked my gym back home. I trained at TNT in Columbia, and I love them. I love the grappling program they have here, so it was a bit of a switch coming here. But I like it here. I like my life outside of just training a lot more here.
We're in nice cold Minnesota, so when we hear like Myrtle Beach, like the sun,
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
we think about it.
I
Oh,
hate
it's
cold.
terrible. Oh, I think it's like 13 degrees right now, so enjoy your nice and sunny.
Oh yeah, it was like
sunniness.
45 today, but that's still a little cold for me.
I'll take that any day. What's the if everything goes right, where do you see yourself in the next 3 years?
I feel like everybody says I would love to fight in the PFL or for the UFC. In the next 3 years, very realistically, that's where I'd like to be. I'd say in the next 2 years, I definitely want to be fighting for a bigger promotion. When my game plan, when I initially started and I started taking my amateur fights, I said by the time I turn 28, I want to have my first pro fight in a larger organization, meaning just a bigger regional promotion. And I ended up having my first pro fight in November for NFC, and I turned 28 next Tuesday. So,
Ooh, well, happy early birthday.
thank you. I appreciate it.
What type of opponent brings out the best in you?
A hard opponent. Somebody that's really going to push me. I kind of match paces, which it's probably something that I struggle with if I want to bring it up. I match it a lot. So I really like when an opponent is very intense with me and I can bring that intensity back. I feel like it kind of wakes me up a little bit. Otherwise, I'm a little bit lazy. Like I said, my cardio is a little there. Somebody is allowing me to kind of catch my breath and just coast. I feel like sometimes I'm guilty of that, even though I don't want to be. It's kind of hard to, all right, it's time to go. Whereas if you have somebody going at you, it's a whole nother ball game. Like, for instance, when I fought Skylar, and that was that constant, like, pressure, like we were moving the whole time. Like I enjoyed that fight. It brings out, I guess, like that dog you would say. Whereas if you have a leisurely opponent, it just kind of allows you to calm down and coast.
Yeah. When it's all said and done, what do you want people to remember you by?
That I was an entertainer, man. I just want people to look back and say that they saw one of my fights and that they enjoyed watching it.
Cool. All right. Here's the part of the interview where it's rapid fire questions. First thing that you can think of when I say these words. Would you rather have a first round finish or a 5-round war?
First round finish.
Okay. Describe your fight style.
Wrestling based.
Favorite fight moment that you've had?
When I won in Saudi Arabia for my first match over there against the Ukraine.
Favorite walkout song?
Which is Burned by Pretty Reckless.
I see that you have different ways of winning. What would you rather have, a finish, a submission, or decision?
A submission.
Okay. Where can everybody find you on social media?
At T Kleemoff. All social medias except for TikTok. Find me at Crawl and Croak.
Okay, perfect. Well, Tayler, I appreciate you coming on, telling us about your journey. Like I said, I didn't know that you were going for law enforcement. And like when I was almost 10 years ago, I was in the law enforcement career in college up in here in Minnesota. So it's pretty cool to see someone that did the same thing and that you were on the force for 5 years. So first, thank you for your service for being in law enforcement.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, Tayler, you have a good night, and yeah, thank you for being on.
Of course, have a good one, buddy.
Fans of One T Media Production, do you guys drink coffee? Sure you do. I, myself, drink quite a bit of coffee, so I always turn to Afuera Coffee for my go-to. It's smooth, it's bold, it's not too heavy. Perfect for that early morning or when you just need to lock in for the day. The best part is, at every purchase, 5% goes back to the great outdoors. Get a bag like this. I get two myself. Use promo code MTF and you get 15% off your order. Guys, what's not to love about coffee? Free money.
Where the action's real, sports news and odds, that's our deal. From underdogs to favorites, we break it down. NT Field Podcast, the talk of the town. NT Field, where we lay it all out. Breaking down games, removing all doubt. Interviews with stars, we bring in the heat. Sports news